So this is the warm-up series. This first one here is called a foam roller open book. What you're gonna do, when you're laying on your side, bottom leg is gonna be straight, top leg, hip is gonna be at 90 degrees with your body. Arms are gonna be in front like this. You're gonna rotate open, keep your knee in contact with the foam roller the entire time. You're gonna go all the way open like this. You're gonna come all the way back. It's called the foam roller thread the needle. What you're going to do, knees are going to be under your hips, arms are going to be under your shoulders. This outside hand is going to go palm up on the foam roller, rotating across, reaching as far as you can. This left arm, the inside arm can bend. You're going to come all the way back. You're going to push out as far as you possibly can, rotating the torso, holding for about 3 seconds at end range, and coming back. This is a banded wall airplane. What you're going to do here is you're going to grab a band, you're going to stretch it across the chest. Okay, I don't want the arms to come away from the chest, bands across the chest. Be in kind of a good golf posture. One foot's going to be on the back wall, the other foot's going to be on the ground. Head's going to stay neutral. You're going to rotate over kind of as far as you can, focusing on maintaining stability and trying to get as much rotation as you can in that torso. And you'll switch sides. This one's called the torso wall wash. So your hands are going to go behind your head. The leg closest to the wall is going to be up in this position. You're going to rotate away and you're going to side bend over. You notice I'm not hinging over. I'm trying to elongate this side over here and side bend down. Then I'm going to flip it over and go the opposite direction. Okay. You're going to do 5 of these. So that would be 1. Down and back is 1. You're going to do 5 of these on each side, and then you're going to switch. So this is going to be foam rolling the TFL muscle. Basically, the TFL is right where your front pocket would be, slightly to the side, but still in the front, kind of by that hip flexor area. You're going to go on the end of a foam roller like this. Kind of find a spot here, try to move. And you're just going to work it up and down. It's a little bit on the side, kind of IT bandish, but it's not fully on the side. It's still kind of in the front of that hip area. So you're just going to kind of mobilize this. Small little movements forward and backwards. You can pause on a certain spot. You'll do both sides. So lateral glute, we're looking at like glute med, glute min to mobilize that. So what we're going to do is you're going to kind of sit on the foam roller slightly on the side. Grab the leg of the one that you're going to be rolling out. Pull that knee kind of towards your chest. You can go behind, over, but you'll move around. You'll find that spot. You'll kind of pinpoint it. You're just going to roll up and down a couple times. If you want to hold constant pressure on a certain spot, you can do that as well. But rolling it out for about a minute, and you'll do the other side as well. So this is a half kneeling hip flexor stretch. What I want you to focus on with this one is to do a posterior pelvic tilt initially. So what I want to do is I want to flatten this low back and kind of lock in that hip flexor at the origin so it can't move. Because if I don't do that, I can stretch my hip flexor like this. I'm not really doing a whole lot, okay? What I want to do is I want to do that posterior tilt. My back is flat. I feel tension here. That's as far forward as I can go. You're going to hold that. And then if you want to add another layer to it, hands can go over the top, and you side bend away while maintaining that position. Then you're going to reset, shake it off, come back into it, do that posterior tilt, tucking those hips underneath, leaning forward, side bending into it. Do that a couple times, then switch sides. This one's a half kneeling adductor stretch. So what I'm going to do, adductors are inside the thigh here. Bring my leg out to the side like this, okay? What I'm going to be doing is I'm not going to be bending over with my body. I'm going to be hinging, so kind of pushing my hips backwards. And that's going to cause this to stretch, okay? If you want more of a stretch, if you're like, yep, this feels like a pretty decent stretch, but I want more, you can either push your butt back further or you can side bend towards the leg. I like the side bend towards the leg because it causes a little more tension all the way throughout. If you need a little less tension, then you can tend to slide a little bit away. So those are kind of the 3 ways that you can increase tension or decrease. Pushing the butt back, leaning more to the side, or taking a little bit of slack off. So you're going to lean all the way over. After you finish that side, then you're going to switch sides. This one's called hip 90-90. If you can kind of see how I'm sitting in this position. My knee is at 90 degrees and my hip is kind of at 90 degrees as well from my torso. What I want to do with this one is you can use this as a stretch. So the first part, if you want to stretch that posterior side, you can hinge over, get a good stretch that way and hold it. Just try to let the leg relax, get a good deep stretch here. But what we want to use this for is we want to use this more as a mobility and deep hip activation exercise. So that's going to be focusing on the back leg with internal and external rotation. So what you're going to start with is your hand is going to be on your ankle. Okay, the more you lean to the away from it, the easier it's going to be. The more upright you are, the more challenging it's going to be. I want you to try to be as upright as you can while still being able to achieve full range of motion. So what you're going to do is you're going to do hip external rotation, keeping that foot down, lifting just that leg up as high as you can. If you feel like you can only lift it this high, try leaning over a little bit and doing this. If this is way too easy, then like I said, to make it harder, try to be a little more upright. You're going to do 10 external rotation. Next one's going to be internal rotation. So to start off, you might need to lean a little bit farther because this is more challenging, but this knee is going to stay down and you're going to be lifting that back foot off of the ground. Again, if you can do it easily, make yourself a little bit more upright and really try to lift that leg. If you can't lift it very high, grab the inside of your foot here, inside of your shoe, and kind of give yourself a little bit of a boost. Okay, you're just going to do 10 of those, and then you just switch sides and repeat. So this is hip airplane. What you're going to do, you can use a foam roller for support. The most advanced version is no support at all. But you stand on one leg, and this other leg is going to be kicking straight back. Okay. Once that leg is kicking straight back, you're going to internally rotate the hip as much as you possibly can, and then you're going to be externally rotating that hip as much as you can. Okay, with big focus on kind of keeping that foot on a shelf where it is, and you're rotating open. So the leg's not going sideways, in and out, turning like that. Leg is straight, rotating in, opening as wide as you can. Down in as far as you can, opening as wide as you can. Okay, you can use as much support as you need or as little support as you need by doing it with no hands this way. This is called hip cars. What you're going to do is your hands are going to be against the wall like this. Okay, the motion I'll show you from the side and the front. You're going to bring this leg up. You're going to open. So my thigh is still parallel to the floor. When I open, it's not coming down like this. Open. As you get out, maximally open, then you're going to turn the foot up towards the ceiling, the knee down towards the ground, and back around. Okay? So it's going to be here, back up around, and back through. Okay? From straight on, it's going to look here, big open, turn down and under, and through. Okay? So you're going to do that forward direction, and then after you do about 4 to 8 of those, you're going to do reverse direction. So you copy that exact same motion, but you're going the opposite direction. So you go back first, then you bring the foot back up and around and over. Okay? So you'll do both sides on that one. So forward looks like this, reverse looks like that.